Again, this pattern, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake. There's that disorder cycle. Reorder, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. I want us to move our concept of salvation. I want us to nowify it. Now, I just made up a neologism. I want us to stop just outsourcing it to what happens in the afterlife. That's all well and good. We have no problem with that. But I want us to now, N-O-W, nowify the concept of salvation. If Christ is in you, living through you, you can presently now Jesus through you everywhere, in all things, through all things, in every circumstance and situation. And that's how, when you're working out your salvation with fear and trembling, the salvation of Christ should be flowing through you all the time, in every situation. It's something to be. The salvation of Jesus is something to be at all times. This should not be confused with like working for the salvation that keeps you out of hell. That's a different kind of thing. What we're talking about is Christ flowing through you all the time. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. We have the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed and therefore have spoken and believe, and therefore speak, knowing he which raised up the Lord Jesus shall raise us up also by Jesus. And so we tend to think of this just in terms of, the final resurrection. I'm going to be raptured or resurrected, something like that. And fundamentalists, we always outsource this to just that one thing. But what the context is this always thing. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Jesus, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our body. So circumstantially, when you're down and out, when you're hitting rock bottom in any particular area of life, there's going to be a comeback through the power of God working through you. And knowing that he which raised up the Lord Jesus shall raise us up also by Jesus. Knowing that he which raised up Jesus, even though you just got fired, shall get you in a better job than you had before, that's more fulfilling, something like that. You see? Something like that. Now, the scandal of the particular is any example that I can give you. That's just the reality of it. Every example falls short of the reality of the pattern. For which cause for all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of God. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So we're taking hits and blows all the time in life. And it takes a toll on us. So yeah, I've got gray hair. I've got a gray beard. It's taken its toll on me, but I can see more clearly than I did a few years ago. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's sweet. I've witnessed the cosmos looking back at itself in several different ways. Never did before. So yeah, the outward man perishes, but the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, this is a verse I'm going to compare with something out of Psalm 30 in a minute. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us for far more exceeding an eternal weight of glory. Look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. So there's all this stuff happening, all these cycles of disorder happening, and the light affliction, and the trouble, perplexed, cast down, persecuted, all the things that go. There's mourning associated with that. And blessed are they that mourn, for they shall see God. I've done a lot of mourning. I've attended to it as properly as I can, with gratitude, without cynicism, and without naivety. and having overcome traumas. These things can block you from seeing clearly, but the clear ability to see is not like some pejoratively used term guru somewhere who can see better than anybody else. I can see better than what I used to see. That's all I know. I can see better than what I used to see spiritually. So there's a sweetness to it, and the morning is the path to the sweetness. In 2 Corinthians 2, we see the sweet savor of Christ in them that are saved, and in them that perish. To the one we are the savor of death unto death, and to the other we are the savor of life unto life. And who is sufficient for these things? And everyone's thinking, oh, there's the elect and the non-elect, and one of them sees him as dying, one of them sees him as living. And then, no, the people who understand what's going on realize that the way down is the way up. The troubles and afflictions that happen, like in I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. We see somebody take a hit. It looks to one person like bad, but for the sake of wisdom, it brings us to life. In 2 Corinthians 1, verse 10, who delivered us from so great a death, and doth deliver, and in whom we trust that he will yet deliver us again. We always took this, when I was a fundamentalist, we always took this doctrinally to be like, well, Christ saved us when we got saved, and we're constantly being sanctified right now, and then we're going to be resurrected one day. But look, this is the cycle that this is still 2 Corinthians. The cycle that Paul has in mind here is this constant order, disorder, reorder. So this is going to happen multiple times in one lifetime.